because of widespread racism, a lot of people who are needing psychological services, social work are minorities. Part of their training has to be to understand all those dynamics. I'd be lying if I said, oh no, DEI is just the way it's always been. It is, but it's still here, but it's like the E is gone, but the D and the I are still here.
In Ohio, what's happening and what's been going on with our legislature is they're starting to directly affect our curriculum, like anything that was DEI, they just took out of our curriculum. And that was really concerning, so I didn't know if that was happening here.
It is, not to that extent.
Oh, okay.
To the same extent as Texas, but they did make it so that we no longer have a DEI office at any of the UNC campuses.
Oh, okay.
And what they did was, ours was actually called the Office of Multicultural Affairs.
Mm-hmm.
And we're a small school, so we had like 2 staff people.
Yeah.
And one of them went and got a job at one of our sister schools, UNC Wilmington. I'm not sure what happened to the other. So it's not as draconian as some other places, but the one weird thing they did was all students are now required to take, the acronym is FAD, Foundations of American Democracy.
Okay.
And just to give you a flavor of North Carolina, at first they wanted it to be like select Federalist papers, the Constitution, the very conservative country.
Yeah.
And our faculty engaged with the legislators and the system and said, how about we add a letter from a Birmingham jail and the Gettysburg Address and some other documents. So I was willing to negotiate with it. But in my department, I have a couple of people who they teach stuff that's central to DEI.
You have to have oppression. You have to talk about anti-racism. That stuff has to be there.
I mean, the other course would be psychology of exceptional children, and my colleague, Professor Chang, who's very passionate about disability studies.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's just individual differences. Now, in terms of talking about systematic oppression, it touches on some psychology. That's going to be more sociology.
Gotcha. Okay.
But I'd be lying if I said, oh no, DEI is just the way it's always been. It is, but it's more. It's still here, but it's like the E is gone, but the D and the I are still here.
Gotcha. Okay. So
how I would describe it.
Some stuff's still there, but it's like a little bit of a change. It sounds like, but not what Ohio was.
Yeah. I mean, the reality is that because of widespread racism, a lot of people who are needing psychological services, social work are minorities.
Yeah.
And so, they have to, part of their training has to be to understand all those dynamics.
For sure.
So a lot of our students are like you, and in our program, you'll want to take, what do we call it now? We changed the name. Psychopathology and clinical science.
North Carolina needs to strengthen their DEI ban and prohibit the promotion of identity politics. It's perfectly acceptable to discuss controversial topics in a political class or a philosophy class, but no one trying to obtain a degree in education, criminology, or sociology should be required to embrace far-left ideologies. Take action right now by clicking on the link below this video, where you can send one message that goes directly to all the relevant elected officials. It's time to put an end to federal funding of DEI in education.